Let's talk about Ava Max. So I don't know if y'all know, but Ava Max or Ava Kochi, because I believe that's her name. It's KOCI. You know, I read the liner notes on who write what. So Miss Mama done released her a brand new album called Don't Click Play, which you know me, if you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna do it. So I actually listened to the album, and I got to say, out of many dance pop records that came out this year, Ava Max definitely slays with this record. I don't know what the hell people were sleeping on. I was a little worried at first because I'm like, you know, nobody cares about this girl. But when I listened to the record, because I was like, you know what, let me just listen to it. Stop being so damn judgmental. And I think it was because of the way the rollout of the thing was. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take it into consideration what some people were saying. I'm gonna listen to the record, and to be honest, I think it's a really good album. So, the album came out over the week. You know who album also came out this weekend that I totally forgot about? Sierra. And I haven't heard anything about that. I did hear that some people saying in the comments that her music has turned into like nursery rhyme jingles for her kids, and they miss old CC or whatever the case is. I'm like, you know what? Artists can evolve and grow, but I have to admit, like early Sierra, when she was giving that crunk and being all the other stuff, like she's not giving me that no more. Her music kind of bores me. And I think it was because I was disappointed with that last independent album that she did, and then the ones like the albums over the years. So I've kind of lost interest in her. But I think when I have the time, I am gonna just be like, you know what? Let me just boggle down and listen to the Sierra record. But right now, when I'm stuck on a record, that's what I focus on. And I've been focusing on Ava Max a lot because I never in a long time. I can't remember the last time I actually listened to an album back to back three times straight. Like I can't even think about that because it's like sonically the production is good, the chorus and everything is catchy, and I know a lot of people get on her about trying to be a Lady Gaga copycat, and she does get into that in the opener, "Don't Click Play," and which is the title track of the record or the album track, you know, yeah, title track. That's what they call it. So I do like "Don't Click Play." It is a good opener. Is it the strongest song on the record? No, but it is the opener, and it definitely is getting people's attention, especially because there's like a little Lady Gaga reference, which is kind of like, okay, now I guess if you that obsessed with putting these girls against each other, yeah, you be caught up in all of that. But when you listen to the song, I'm like, okay, it's cute, but I'm into the song, so I'm enjoying it. And there are some songs on the albums that are like repeat listening. Like there's two songs. Well, actually, there's three songs. There's a couple of songs. But if I had to choose the songs that I always have on repeat that I have to listen to over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, "How Can I Dance" is literally the standout record for me on this record. I love "How Can I Dance." The only problem I have with the song is it's too damn short. Like I feel like I wanted that chorus to last a little bit longer. Other than that, it's a perfect pop song. I'm actually obsessed with that song and "I Need More." So I am living for that track. Another track that I'm obsessed with is "Skin in the Game." That song is another one, especially that chorus part. And what always gets me is a good hook. That always pulls me in. Like I'll listen to the lyrics and everything, but it's production first, hook second. Then I go into the lyrics. That's always how my brain has been wired since I learned to play classic piano and all that other stuff as a kid. So my ear is always like, I'm here for a good earworm, but it's always got to be the production first that draws me in. And then it's like you come up with different melodies and different ideas and all other stuff. So I was definitely obsessed with that song. So it was like, yeah, when you listen to this record, it's no skips. Like I feel like every song stands out. "How Can I Dance?" You already know I'm obsessed with that song. I do love "Loving Myself" because apparently according to her, some of the things. I think one of the issues that people have always had with Ava Max is that she doesn't come across as personable. That people don't feel like she's relatable in some sort of way. But I feel like with this album, you do. If you actually take the time to listen to the song, she's definitely telling you about some of the things she's been through, like the self confidence or the lack thereof. Like when you have songs as "Loving Myself," and then you have songs when you've gone through relationships and stuff. When you hear a song like "Sucks to Be My Ex," if you've ever been in some ish with a no good ass man or woman, "Sucks to Be My Ex" definitely is like the perfect pop song to really get you in your feelings in a good way. And then Wet Hot American Dream, I don't know. I started having like these little cowgirl type situations. Like I was thinking cowgirl choreography and stuff in my like I think it would be like a fun comedic little satirical play if she wanted to do a video on that. But so yeah, know somebody, lose your faith, which feels like a very much a religious song of sorts, but not polarizing to the way where it's like it feels preachy. Fight for Me is also a good song. I love Fight for Me too. That's another song that stands out on because it's like, well, yeah, I need you to wake the hell up and show like you actually care about me and give a damn and want me to be here in this whole situation. So I was loving that. One of the things I've realized that I cannot sit through, I can't sit through album reaction videos. It depends on the person because there'd be some, and I've seen a couple of y'all that put out Don't Click Play album reactions. The all edits be pissing me off. I don't know what, like, I understand, like, you trying that, I guess, because of copyright or whatever the case is, the choppy editing. I was like, I can't sit through this. It's going to drive me crazy. The way y'all just go and listen to these songs, and there's so many choppy cuts up in there, and then now look, and I'm like, the edit, like the video reaction is shorter than the actual album, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sitting through 10 minutes of this mess, so I'd be turning y'all off. But this is how I feel like I'm more comfortable doing. Is like when I listen to a record, I just give y'all the tea. And then they have World's Smallest Violin, which I actually love. And I be doing that a lot of times on this show when I be talking about World's Smallest Violin. I'm playing the World's Smallest Violin like I give a ish about what y'all be saying. No, not y'all, but I'm just saying like in general when certain people be saying certain things. And so yeah, it's a 10. I would say like in the words of Cobra, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I was gonna be like, I'm not gonna be so generous, 9.5 or whatever the case is, but I love this record so much. I'm obsessed with this album. There were songs that was pre-released before this album came out that are not on the record. I cannot remember what the name of those songs were, but it also goes to show you. Oh, what this goes to show you, I realized, is that um I think the days of the singles artists are no longer no are null and void. I really think so because remember like the old guard way of doing things, where it's like you got to release like maybe two or three singles before you drop the record and all the other stuff. And people still trying to follow that old guard way of releasing music. But I truly feel like those days are done. Like I don't think we really need to be releasing singles because when you release singles or whatever the case, and I'm sure those singles are still out there that didn't make it to the record, which I actually like when they do that. It's like, we're just going to release some throwaway singles, or maybe y'all would consider it throwaway, but let's release a couple of singles. They're out there. If you want to listen to them, you can get them on iTunes or Apple Music, wherever you get your music. But when you listen to the record is there's a story here. It's beginning, middle, end. It takes you on a journey. And I feel like with this record, it actually does that. So to me, I feel like out of the many records that she's released in the past, um, especially, Diamonds and Dance Floors, I already told you, I work out to that record. But now this is a record I'll probably be working out to, and Diamonds and Dance Floors. But I feel like out of all the records that Ava Max has released so far, this is the most consistent in regards of quality pop. And what I think this album does is it proves that she does not need Circuit to be successful, because Circuit went over there and ran the Lady Gaga to work on Mayhem. And Ava started working with new people. Even Ryan Tedder has a credit on there. So she was working with him too. And I like Ryan Tedder's, writing and all that other stuff. I like his production. And her working with other producers, other Europop dance producers, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like that basically helps her stand out instead of her having to be um the ex-girl of Circuit, who is a good producer, but to me, it feels like once she got rid of him and once she started working with her, and I know she's under new management. I don't know off the top of my head who her stuff is, because I'm one of the things I'm upset about is I didn't get a chance to read that Rolling Stone article because I saw that it was out, but it was like a block thing on there. So I'm probably going to have to copy and paste it to my website so that way I could read it that way and post it up for those who want to get beyond that little firewall that Rolling Stone be wanting people to pay for. So I want to read that article because it goes deep into why she disappeared and for this whole promotional up to the release of the record, and a lot of personal things has been going on in her life. So I definitely want to get around to reading that article. So I'm gonna see if I'll do it right after the show, because obviously I can't do it during. So I'll say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Have you gotten a chance to listen to Don't Click Play by Ava Max? And if you have, what are your overall thoughts? So whatever those thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.